Hello comrade chums, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Workers, Resources, Republic Soviet. And we're looking at me digger that's just sat around here in the, I don't know, I'm going to call it a central plaza because that sounds dramatic, where work is progressing. Now, we're not anticipating completely finishing the building that we've got going on here, although it is taking a very long time, because, well, we haven't got prefab panels of steel, but I would quite like to, as I pointed out last episode, finish off the groundworks phase for which we're going to need asphalt. Now, the thing with asphalt is I need oil to make that, and another factory, which isn't going to be cheap, and I haven't surveyed for oil, so I tell you what, why don't you amuse yourselves for 6.5 seconds with the bombastic intro, and I'll go find us some oil. How about that? Right, well, after a couple of minutes poking around, I have not only found an oil field, I found a good-sized one. Look at this lot here. Marvellous. To find an oil field is the same as finding any other mineral or mineable item. Is basically grab the rig or mine or what have you and just keep fiddling around until instead of all of these red dots that you've got around the outside here, you have lots of nice green and yellow dots like we've got in this area. This is a lot of oil. Or it's certainly enough that I can place a goodly number of oil rigs and make quite a lot of cash. Now, it is a bit of a hike away from Failure Grad, and as such, I might want to, I might want to figure out something. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to figure out, but I might want to figure something out. Right, now, to mark this, I think I'm going to set this down as a as an item immediately. Let's zoom in a little bit. I don't want to build right in... do I want to build right in the centre? No, we'll build at the edge. So this won't be the highest producing oil rig that we get. There will be better later. But I've had a notion. And you know what happens when I get a notion? That's right, good things happen to all of us. So if we plumb that in there... now, I've told that to auto, but I'm not going to bring my construction crew out here. They'll get lost. Also, there isn't a road or anything even remotely similar to being a road. Right, this needs a different name because, well, let's give it a spin. Isaiah, presumably, or Isia Hyrine. Isia Hyrine. Yes, no, all right, I'm going to need to have a rethink on what we're going to call that, but it'll do for the moment. Call it black gold or some such. Right, we'll get some roads plumbed in as well, and then we can start to think about the infrastructure overall. I also wonder whether it might be worth building some housing out here, or whether we ship people in. I'm possibly getting a little ahead of myself with that regard, but we'll see. Right, now then, it's chuffing miles all the way over to Failure Grad, and therefore we're going to build a train track to get us out there. We're going to do this by train, and I can do passenger trains as well, so I could probably bring in workers using that method. To say that I haven't really thought this through is a bold understatement. Because I haven't really thought this through at all. 600 passengers. That should be plenty. I tell you what, though, I might start... Let's start using some dirty dollars. Oh, crikey, 93 grand? You're having a laugh, aren't you? I guess they are. But yeah, no, I think we'll build this with dollars for the moment, because I'm not really using that for anything else. So we'll just empty out the bank account a bit. Now then... Can I see what this station actually does? Oh no, okay, you've got the tracks. You've got some kind of, some road access business going on there. So what I'll do is I'm going to give the road access to the passenger platform, and then, because here's the output from there, and then pipe this into a freight depot, and I'll run passengers and freight on the same line. Later on, I might regret that as a manoeuvre, but because I've not actually run any kind of electrical or any kind of train. I was going an electric train. No, I haven't run a single train down here yet. Then I'm just gonna we're gonna suck it and see, just see what we get out of this. Now then, I also need an oil and fuel loading and unloading setup. Which, oh gracious, right, yes, okay. So you've got your ins and you've got some outs. Okay, good. I don't even know where I'm taking this, to be honest. I think I'll probably take it to some tanks initially. Actually, before I do that, let's see if I can get a level crossing, because if I can't, then that's going to be problematic. We'll go in a largely straight line, although that's not straight. It's also quite wobbly. But well, that was fairly effortless to build. Didn't see how much it was. I'm going to guess that that was not cheap. Also, you haven't got any electricity. Why have you? Is that the station reporting a lack of electricals, or is that everything? Let's assume it's everything, given that I've got no electricals on here at all yet, and then plumb in a larger road. It's track, dude. It's not a road. Okay. Well, you know, that's fine. And then we'll just make a beeline back to Failuregrad. And we'll go from there. And then hopefully over time we'll turn this into some kind of grand highfalutin network, the likes of which is the envy of the modern world. Could be, you never know. So we want the oil so that we can turn it into asphalt and bitumen and what have you, so that we can, you know, do some building and whatnot. Oh, you've not joined up, and that was a bit of road connection. So you're reporting a problem, but honestly, I don't think there is one. Given that it's just on that side of the track and it's at the connection point, maybe I need to do some kind of track healing to get that to work. Now, if I look at the lay of the land, this is about to get pretty lumpy. So what I think I'm going to try and do is swing round the corner. Now, I don't want to go through the middle here, obviously, because that's my oil field. And I want to put maximum rigs in there as soon as I get the opportunity. So I think we'll swing round this way, and then we'll carve through the mountain. Well, it's not a mountain; it's only a hill. But we'll tunnel through that, follow the riverbed along, and then end up with a station in Failuregrad. That I don't know. Do we want to make it cut through the centre of town? I think we probably do. Because we're going to need something to connect up to Johnny Foreigner so that we can flog him some oil. Okay, right. Well, it's a plan. Whether it's an affordable plan or not, who knows? But you know, we learn by doing, friends. We don't learn by studying diagrams. We learn by plumbing it in and then pick a track. Either will do. Yeah, we'll plumb it in first and then lament that we did it wrong afterwards. Right, how's that look? Yeah, that's more or less on target. So we're going to go somewhat as the crow flies, but only if that crow has had more than its fair share of Smirnoff in that day. There you go. Yeah, okay, look, we're reporting deconnected electricity there. I'm double tracking, and you know, that's not necessary particularly, but that's a statement of intent on my part that basically says, yeah, I am going to run quite a few trains up here. All right, let's not do that. Bring out the tunnel. This is going to hurt, isn't it? This is not going to be inexpensive. Right, tunnel above the terrain at some stage. All right, I will do. How about here? Well, that's water level, so you would imagine that that would be fine. Maybe I need to look at the lay of the land a little better. Maybe it doesn't actually go. No. Look. There is a very definite upward momentum. Maybe just gouging the land out would do the job. Right. Well, you could. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do all of that. Let's deforest. I tell you what, this is actually making it much easier for me to see where I'm trying to go. And I'm only burning through US dollars, so, you know, it's not like they're valuable at all. Not until the economy collapses, and then, you know, everybody will be clamouring for them. But up until that point, it's fine. Right, okay, then come through over here. Yeah, look, see, a tunnel is definitely warranted. So, you know, something like that, through there. You're now above ground. What's your issue? Maybe it's going the other way. Maybe that's what we want to do. Or figure out how you change the angle of attack on such things. Anyway, it looks like I'm trying to recreate Tunguska at the moment, but right, try that. Oh, hello. We had a word. £500,000. Well, I don't think it's going to get any cheaper. Yeah, bang it in. We need it. Right, I'm not going to double track the tunnel because you know, I'm not made of money. Well, I am, but I'm not. So what we'll do is we'll try merging that together at some point into what's the problem? Too big a downhill descent? No, surely not. Where am I looking? Here I'm looking. Right, there's that. Yep. There's a lump. We can get rid of the lump. That's fine. Right, smooth this down some. That's it. Yeah, peachy. This hill looks very manageable. Have some faith in yourselves, comrades. Together we will overcome all kinds of things. Not least of all this slope of a hill. There you go. See, look, that's fine. It's going to be great. We've got a bit of a wiggle at the end of the track here, but that's only because we thought we might be going in a slightly different direction. So I wouldn't sweat it at all. There you go, look. That's it. The revolution continues on rails. Right, okay, there we go. We're going to head up here. And then, how does one create a set of points? Because we've got signals here, and therefore that's something. Do we split? Okay, you split points off. All right, fine. We'll do that. There we go. And then, no, don't do that. Come, grab the end bit. Grabbing the end bit, important. Okay, it's not the most elegant junction I've seen ever. That's quite an abrupt bit of cornering. Got a nice, you might get a bit of air going over this this lump here. I may relay that later if I feel the need to do so. But in the meantime, we'll keep going. I also possibly ought to keep an eye on my dollar bank balance because it's ticking down as stuff is getting built rather than deducting it all straight away. So I might be able to run a deficit here. I'm just hoping I don't have to transition back to rubles, because if I do, it will be... No, look. Aim first, then build. This is a very standard measure once and then cut. And then, you know, that catchphrase that I use on an occasion where I haven't done that. You missed a bit. There you go. Right. I get the real feeling here that this isn't necessarily going to work first time. I'm comfortable with it, but, you know, let's all set our expectations accordingly that this is not necessarily going to work perfectly first time out. It might take 2 or 3 turns before it works out, by which time we'll have spent our US slush fund. That's good. Yeah, that's nice. And then we'll just grab it, yeah, and rip it along here. I like the way it just kind of goes like, you want to go that way? Right, straight line. You want to turn a corner? Right angle. And you kind of go, well, gently does it. Go easy, man. Too big a descent downhill. No. Gouge out a ruddy great hole from the landscape. We'll go straight through the middle of there. Or over the top of it. Either way, it's pretty flaming scenic. And then we've arrived. Yay! Ish. Now, what I'm hoping is that when I electrify the track, if I put an electric connection both at this end and the other, I can avoid having to pylon up the entire route as well. I'm not massively optimistic that that's going to work, but you know, that's what we're thinking anyway. Right, let's go for the big station here. Well, it's failure grad. You would, wouldn't you? Right, we're going to stick it right there next to the school. Kids love a train, as you know. Hold the left button to flatten. Really, I was sure I was holding the right button to flatten before then, but regardless, that'll do. Now we can get underneath my pylons, surely. Hold the right button to flatten terrain. Oh, yeah, see, I knew it. I knew that I hadn't imagined that. Right, let's back up to there. We're going to see what happens when we cross the road. Could be anything. Right, do that. Is that pylon in the way, or is it going to move itself? It's decided it lives there now. Well, I'm going to decide... No, it doesn't. No, come on. Aim. There you go. A little on the fiddly side there. I've probably just cut some stuff off. But that's okay. They're used to power outages around here. They are familiar with my ways. Too big a descent downhill. And there's a road there, which arguably makes things more complex. Okay, right. Well, how about we get rid of the road temporarily. Hello, autosave. And then come back. We'll let this truck go through. Are we going to connect the power up while we wait? I think that's a good idea. Well, do it then. Stop talking and get on with it. Nope. I need you to go over the top of the track without making a fuss. There you go. That's it. That's perfectly safe. There's no way going to be any kind of a magnetic field form around two sets of current that are doing their business in the same bit there. Right, now that that's clear, I'm actually going to pause it. Because, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but my ruble... What? Oh. Are you saying that I'm trying to delete a piece of primary network? Because, look, there are alternates available. One might even say alternates. But one is so very changeable with the way that they choose to pronounce things. How about I do this... Trust me, this is going to make sense in a moment. It's not going to make sense now, but it will make sense in a moment. Right, stick that in there. It's only money. And then we get rid of this. There aren't vehicles on that piece of track. Get them out of here. Alright, we'll wait for the other piece of road. It's not track. Road. There you go. Now... Yeah, see? I've given you an alternative. I probably deleted a little more than I needed to there, but that's fine. We're good with it. Right, now then, let's plumb you in. Come on then. Flatten some terrain up a little bit. You feel flattened? Oh, I feel well flattened. Why have you suddenly veered off there somewhat? This was going to be a nice Romanesque straight line there. Go on, get rid of it. There you go. Try it again, but better. And like that. Yeah, that's good. Flatten. No, you've had enough of flattening. Now then, what's the height difference we've got going on here? Because if this is going to require a bridge, that's an interesting view. I think we're inside the cooling tower. Let's not be there. Right, I'll do that. Come on, will you please? Just thank you. No, you're not interested. Are you going to fight me on the final stage of this operation? I'd really rather you didn't. Let's try the full-on smoothing gun here. Let's up the... I'm tapping away on M. Yeah, I know. There's some muscle memory going on. It's not. It's mouse wheel. Wheel of the mouse. Turn on the grid. There you are. Yeah, that's not happening. Right, get rid of that. Thank you. Get rid of that. Right, smooth all of this out, and then we might have a bit more success. I mean, we might not, but you know, we've got to have a fighting chance here. Right, try it again. Do that. Yeah, there you go. That looks good. Yeah, but that looked good beforehand. What does it look now? It looks fine. Be quiet. Right, now we'll try and get a level crossing across there. I've no idea if that's something that is permitted or not, but we'll give it a go. I want something like that. Too sharp an angle. Okay. Yes. There you go. Now it's not as attractive as we had before, and therefore I might have another swing at that. Might you? Yeah, no. Pressing B does nothing. Maybe you ought to visit the menu at some point and investigate some hotkeys. Right, do that as short as we can. Right, and then try and get that over onto there. No, we'll get it onto there then. And then we'll bulldoze this bit and make it look natural-ish. Okay, right, alright, natural-ish is what we're going to roll with. And we'll grab that and we'll head up to here, flatten the terrain. There you go. job's a good one, and then we'll get rid of this this replacement bit of road. Oh, actually, we won't be able to. Let's unpause. There you go. Yep. That's it. Well done, team. Get all of you out of my face. Turn the wireframe off because it's hideous to look at. And don't get me wrong, it serves a very valuable purpose, but you wouldn't want to stare at that too long. Right, okay, off we go. Flatten some terrain. Yep. And yeah, I will quite happily put this on an embankment for the entire distance, if that's what it takes. There you go, because trains are the future, and that's why we're building them, because we are the party of the future, and we have all kinds of future-based policies, vis-a-vis trains, not least of all. Right, let's grab that and wang you onto there. Oh, dare I try a diamond crossing? I dare. Right. Okay, well, that's working. Alright, try that. Yep, and then see if you can do the other one. Okay. Easy peasy. Oh, that was... there, terrain alignment, nothing. Well, I mean, probably because I had to align the terrain to get that to work in the first place. Right, okay, good. Are we about there? Well, we're not. You've got a little further to go yet. You want to take this over the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the Lonesome Pine, and then round the riverbank here. Yeah, see, that's a reference not all of you are going to get. Some of you will, and you'll feel mighty pleased that you've done so. Right, and then we'll come around here, and then we want to do another set of points just before the tunnel. I'm assuming that's the tunnel there. It feels like we're in the right place, but you never can tell. And we'll pull off a junction here. I'm going to have to switch to rubles. I think I have now burned my dollar budget quite significantly. Right, okay, good. That is a train track for passengers, which is not the primary need that we have at this time. The primary need that we have is goods. That's okay. All right, what I'm thinking now, in 2 minutes, I might be thinking something else entirely. What I'm thinking right now is that over here, we build up what I'm going to call a goods hub, but I think that's laughable at the present time. Anyway, it's going to be oil and fuel, loading and unloading. Oh, look at that. You've even got a power connection. Right, let's zoom ourselves in a smidge. Right, you've got ins and outs. Right, we won't need ins, so we can put that more or less. Just concentrate, spin it the right way, and everybody will be pleased. Okay, and then what? You know what? I'm going to base this off just building one goods route for the moment, and then if we end up doing more, I'll have a reorganize. Okay, because if we end up building more, here's the important thing to note there, I won't be bankrupt, because I'll have the choice. So, and I'm hoping that the old black gold here is going to do a sterling job at topping my bank account back up again. Right, so we'll whiz out from here. Look at that. Look at how easy that was. Do you need to do anything to make that a double junction there? I suspect not. I think it's going to do it by itself, or not at all. I don't think there is any more interactivity I can fling at it. Right. We might have a fight on our hands to get this to connect up. Just FYI. Right, if we go to there. Yep. I think it's going to respond more favourably if I have a little bit of straight run before we execute this cornering manoeuvre that is coming up here. Also, this could have been single track. Flatten some terrain. Yeah, happy. Plunk it. Excellent. This is all good. Now then, next object. Well, firstly, put a junction of some description on here. All right. Also, consider that's not very big. Okay. The final consideration is you don't know if this particular piece of software is going to automatically flip trains around when they reach the end of the road, end of the line, I should say, or whether you have to then turn them around. Now, I know that there's some purists out there that kind of go, oh, I hope you have to turn them around. And there's some people out there go, well, that feels like quite a lot of hassle. So I don't have any news for you on that front yet, but we will have in the fullness of time. Right, that's that one. Let's do one. No, you've already done one there. Okay, now we'll go put in the loading thing at the other end. It is a bit of a hike. You're not wrong. You haven't connected that up, which you probably should. So hold on. Wait. No. Wait. Do that. Let's make it look like you're planning out some kind of adventure that will continue for some time, and then run that across there like that. That's my passenger station. Oh, okay. In which case, let's give them some street lights. That way I don't have to build path as well. I know they're quite happy walking up and down the road unlit while all manner of heavy-duty vehicles do their thing. But no, I'm nothing if not a generous comrade, and therefore we'll do that. So then we'll run this over here like that, yes, and then we'll put another oil loader up over here. Loader, oil. No, it's a train thing. Okay, thank you. Train thing. Good. And that then we'll hook the road up onto that one. Yeah. No, other way around. That way you've got a pipeline in opportunity going on. Can't build due to infrastructure. Well, I'll build it a little bit further away then if it makes you happy. Something like that. Flatten the terrain a bit. Good. Bosh. Okay, cool. And then for my next trick, I'm going to do the pipeline. I wasn't going to do the pipeline next, but I'm going to do the pipeline next. And also, I'm actually going to put some oil storage here. Because, you know, that's a smart thing to do. So if we build that over here, that lines up nicely with that pipeline in. So you've got two pipelines in and then two outs. So we'll stick that there. Oh, all right. Flatten the terrain then. Whatever makes you happy, man. This is a grand experiment. And then here's going to be the interesting bit. Can we get it across there? E and Q to increase or decrease. All right. Okay. Well, let's. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, I love the idea of running this over the top of the train line. That feels very safe, and yet it's worked lovely. That's wonderful. Oh yeah. I'll have another one. No, that's brilliant. Now we've got flammable liquids potentially travelling straight over the top of the electrical current. I can't see how any of this can go wrong. And then we will run from here out to there, like so. Do you want to? No, I want to elevate it again. Why? Just because I can, really. Right. Oh, I tell you. Oh, more games should have pipes. That's my message to you. Is pipes are good. The management of fluids is a delight for all of us. Right, let's do that, and then I'm going to put a road in there or something. Right, I haven't just unnecessarily created a humpback pipe there. That'll do. It's ugly, but as you already know, ugly is profitable. So we'll stick with that. And then we'll run this bit of road. I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere. Flatten terrain. No, we've got no flattened terrain possible. Apparently that's going uphill quite a bit. It's really not though. It's barely going uphill. Right, do that. There you are. Go on. Whatever you're doing there is wrong and shouldn't be permitted. Try it again. Overlaps an existing construction. It's too big a climb uphill. Are you telling me I should have possibly built the road first? Maybe you should have built the road first. All right. I wasn't married to that particular pipeline. There you go. That seems to be all right. There you go. Do that. There you go. And then keep going a little bit further. And then bring this one round and onto there. There you go. Everybody's happy. It's all copacetic. And then we'll do the pipeline again from hither. Yeah, up some. Raise telescope and periscope. You don't raise a telescope. Well, you can raise a telescope, but that's not what we're about today. There you go. We'll do it more as the crow flies this time round. Right. Then you need one more bit of road there, and that lot's all connected up. Now, you don't need it to be connected up, but there is a deep inner yearning that I have to ensure that things are connected to other things. Obviously, this thing here is not connected to anything. But that's a different issue. Right, last thing to do is then to get the power on the... Oh, great. Yeah, get a power transformer on here. Right, I'm going to try just doing it at the other end. And then see if, firstly, that flows all the way through. And then I'll try placing a transformer at the other end as well to see if we can... I have no idea if this is going to work. Oh, but you know what? This is going to look good. Hold on, that's disconnected still. I don't know if you noticed. You've noticed now. So how about you do something about it? Back up, medium voltage, please. Right, from this chap here. Yeah, is that you saying? Yeah, I've got that. What? Where do you want to go? Over there. That's good. Right. So if I were to put a... Does the rail powerage network connector strip... Does this need... it needs to be on the rails. Fine. It's okay. I've got a bit of spare rail just kind of kicking around here. There you are. Look, we'll stick it in here. Right. I don't want to get rid of my diamond. Not that it was massively challenging to put in there. But I think this makes this a very exciting connection. Let's... Do you want to... or are we going to have to do it in the middle? You can't get any more precise than that. Is that what you're telling me? No, I can't get any more precise than that. That's what I'm telling you. Oh, you peasant. Oh, come on. Look, listen, comrade. Look, it's very obvious which way I'm going here. Give me a little bit finer snap. That's zooming in. That's not helpful. Alright, well, let's try and make it straighter with the station. This is going to find me. Right, let's do that. And then let's do that. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Alright, we're coming off at just ever such a slight angle there. But that's because electricity only works on ley lines, as is very obvious. Yep, that's awful. But is it going to work? That's the question. All the power cautions have gone out. But I don't believe I've actually hooked this up to anything yet. And the reason that I don't believe I've done that is because I haven't. Right, if I now hook you up onto there, and if I hook you up onto there, will you form some kind of coherent power grid type behaviour? And then if I do the same thing at the other end, will that power my local facilities? Because if it does, that's brilliant. If it doesn't, it means I'm going to have to run the largest pylons ever seen over the horizon. That should be lit, because we really do want passengers to come down this way. In fact, I'll do some pathing now, and then it's done. Footpaths, please. There we go. Right, now you onto there. That's it. Yeah. Put in a crossing. That's a good move. This onto too sharp a turn. It's not though, is it? Take you up to the pavement. I don't need to. Well, they're all going somewhere. I don't know what their plan is. They're going, "Come, comrades. The station has been built. We should go and wait at it." But, comrade, there are no trains. No, someone has clearly got a plan, and therefore we should be respectful of that plan and get involved early on. You kind of go, well, all right. I mean, it feels like a colossal waste of time, if you ask me. Nothing is a waste of time in the Soviet Union. Okay, all right, Wilco. That's pretty much the conversation as it would have taken place in reality there. There you go. Look, lots of lovely path going on. My bulldozer's still sat there, just umming and ahhing. It's all right. I'm not in any great hurry to get that built. We'll build it when the time is right and when the decadent Westerners least expected. Right, now then, I need a depot. No, before you do that, head down to the far end and see if that has created an electrical party. Talk to this. Talk about electricity. View electrical connection. Doesn't have one. Okay. All right. What about the station? Electrical connection? Can't be reached by any residential or factory building. There's no road. Buildings are too distant. That's not a no, though, is it? Right. Okay. So if I now put another one of... Thank you, autosave. If I now stick another one of these chaps in here, that's a lot of track to remove. I don't need you to remove that much track. Just a little bit here, so that I can put another substation in, and then we can see if that's going to do the job. Might do the job. No, it's not here. It's here. Right. Give me that. Okay. Spin it around, and let's hope we can get some slightly straighter connectivity this time. Looks a little bit straighter. Is it though? Not especially. Okay. All right. Well, you know, that it's allowing me to connect is sufficient for now. We make it work first. We make it good afterwards. There you go. That's good. No one's going to derail there. I also need another crossing coming out of the station. Otherwise, we are effectively just running one-way track. That's not working. That is, but can we go... Yeah, you can. You know why? Because we want you to succeed. We don't want to stand in your way of your dreams. Can I now interrogate the track and say, are you powered? Oh, this will know. Building is without power supply. Okay, but the track appears to have a power supply. So maybe this is for bringing in power only. You would think that I would also be able to export some power, but it's saying it doesn't have any. Look, right there. I got no power. Okay, well, we'll leave that as a decorative item for the moment, because that feels like a thing we would do here. And then, for my next trick, I'm going to put a depot somewhere. Well, this corner would appear to be suggesting itself as a volunteer. Right, let's pull you out this way. Yep, good. Let's hope nobody needs to work in the depot. Yes, I really don't want to build a flipping great road out here, because otherwise I should have just built trucks. Flatten some terrain, please. Come on, you can do this. There you are. And, in fact, let's single track it as far as the depot, because we don't need double track to the depot. That's overkill. Right, okay, good. So, depot me. Train depot. There you go. Oh, lummy. Okay, that's large. Alright, okay, well, if I flatten out over here, I should have enough of a run-up to be able to actually connect to it. There you go. Bang it in. Not that expensive is the right answer. And then you onto there like so. I'm guessing you've got power. Hopefully the building itself doesn't need some. Otherwise, the next job is going to be run a flipping great pylon cavalcade over in this direction. There we go, we'll do that. And then a bit of this. And then some of that. No, look, I'm trying to just bosh this in. This is taking just a smidge longer than I'd anticipated. So I'm just trying to get it over the finish line here. Flatten the terrain. Flatten it. You're not flattening it, are you? Right, we switch to the overkill tool. There you go. Right, and then try it again. Come on, flatten the terrain. Go on, just flatten it a little bit. Just ever so slightly. All right, try going the other way. Yeah, see, look, that's happy. You know why it's happy? It's happy because it was flattened. Nope, not going to play ball. Well, we'll do it the other way then. Actually, do we need to connect up to there? No. Then leave it alone. Don't overcomplicate things. I mean, you know, do it sometimes, obviously, but you don't have to do it now. Okay, right. That's all of that lot. Do you need power? Say no. View electrical connection. Well, it's not complaining about not having one, so that's good. Let's buy a train. Okay, what do you got for me? We got a railway crane. Fabulous. And the reason you need a railway crane is because you can do track laying yourself using your own machines in the same way that you could a whatchamacallit, in the same way that you can build your own buildings with your connection, your crew. Let's go electric locomotive. Oh, hello there, everybody. What's on page 2? Just this one, which might well be the one we end up using. Top speed of 110. Okay. Well, I don't want to be too anachronistic with this. Top speed 75. You're out of luck there, chum. Top speed 160. Yeah, a nice Czechoslovakian train. That could do the job. No, we're going to go Soviet. I want one. Yeah, absolutely. Now then, what should we stick on that? Let's go for... Oh, train sets. What are they? Oh, I see. These are like passenger cars. Well, in which case, you there, sunshine, you are going to be my my oil train. So, where are we? Tanker is what I'm after. There we go. 1960 tanker. What do you do? 30 kilometres an hour. I'm not really feeling it. What do you do? 30 kilometres an hour. All right. Have I gone a bit overkill on my train? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm okay with that. Let's go with what do you store? You store 57 tons of oil. You store 60 tons. You store 120 tons. What's your service year? You don't really have one. Let's not go overzealous though. Let's go with the tiddler here, and we'll go for. Well, if I've been taught anything, it's don't have a train that's too short. Let's try that. Now that looks like it might have put it into 2 consists. We'll evaluate that in a moment, but first let's go and see it. You can't see it; it's in a shed. Oh. Okay, right. Well, let's now set it up on a route. And how would you plan on doing that? By doing this. Okay, right. Okay, stop number 1 is going to be up here. Yes. Yeah, I am. We're getting all the way to this train being in motion today. I don't know if you spotted that already, but it's happening. Right, over here. Yep. And you are going to unload. Wait until it's unloaded. I need to put a tank out here as well for this to be stored in until I get my oil plant up. But the way I see it, I think it's quite unlikely that we're going to get any kind of action on that front for a little while. And then number 2 is back down the other end. Yep. Right, and then pull it into. Hold on. Did you not build the? Yeah, I have. You just haven't connected the track up. Oh, bum. All right, well, let's do that. I'll come back to you in a minute. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Yeah, you might well... okay. You've made this slightly more difficult on yourself than you needed to. Right, you come round here. All right, well, that much works. You go around there as well. We don't need this double tracked. We will single track this, but I'm going to lay in double track anyway, in case at a later date I decide that it's necessary to double track the whole business. And then get on there. That's it, just like that. Exactly like that. That's the one. You know what? I think I might double track this now. Okay, that's painless. So, for those of you who have a transport fever leaning, track laying, if you haven't made it out already, it's a little bit more simplistic than transport fever, but it does kind of work. The only question is going to be, does it look about right when stuff's actually running on it? Or does it look a little bit, flung together? Now, as much as I have flung this together, come on, you want to connect onto there. You desperately want to. It's too big a climb uphill, but you're running in parallel with one that I just made that happen. I mean, there is a little bit of uphill, I'll grant you that. But surely that's not a... How about flattening the terrain? You don't feel like it. Okay, maybe you'll feel like it later. Let's do this. There you go. That worked. Right. I'm prepared to bulldoze this bit, you know. There you go. Because as long as I keep you sweet, then everything's going to be good. Too much descent. All right, turn green. Flatten the terrain. Turn green. Or flatten the terrain and then turn green. Nope. All right, back to the flattening tool. There you go. Try that. Not a lot of science in the flattening there. And it shows. Okay, do it again, but this time zoom it in a bit and be a bit more precise. Nothing's happening, boss. Okay, well, you know, just give it time. Give it a moment. Give it some thinking. Yeah. Do all of that. Try it again. We haven't given up hope of this working. There you are, right, and then there's just a little dip in the ground there. Maybe if I can raise it. No. All right, we'll leave the junction in place and we'll do it this way instead. Right. Fatal, obviously, but you've got to try these things out. Come down here, flatten the terrain. Come on, flatten the terrain. Flatten the terrain. It's not that steep, dude. You should be fine. Oh, you've broken the other side now as well, just so you're aware. All right, well, we could delete back this way a little bit more. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I can hear you. Right, then do that. Now bring this out. Get it up. No, M doesn't do anything. Do this. That's it. We're going to brute force this sucker and get it to work. I bet it doesn't. You bet wrong. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is. You know, believe in the bulldozer. The bulldozer is life. Also, I think we might have built 2 lots of track on top of each other there. Let's hope it works. Right, okay, that's good. Anything else you want to do before you declare victory and try and run a train down here? Well, let's put another junction on there. Yeah. Are you thinking about putting some signals on? I am thinking about putting some signals on. What does that mean? It means I might not put some signals on immediately. I might think about it for a bit longer. You haven't built your junction there. No, I haven't, have I? You've also wrecked a bit of track that you've done. There are no do-overs on that front, other than, you know, the do-over that you always do, which is delete it and have another crack. Right, do this one. Go around there, onto there. You, onto here. Right. Okay, come on then, princess. Let's try it again. Do that. There you are. And then just a bit of something like that, and a bit of this. That'll do it. Okay, now then, back to the train. Hello. Right, are you still chip? You are. Good. Well, as luck would have it, we're at the right end, so you come into here, and then you sit around and wait until you're full up. Okay, you think you can manage that? Off you go. Choo-choo. Right, no choo-choo. We must watch this. This is important. Not least of all because it's going to make the thumbnail for this episode. Right, come here. There you go. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's definitely a train emerging. And where's going to create for a really good view? Now, I know that, you know, I'm a bit of a sucker for a nice bit of camera train interaction. Let's see what it looks like coming up here. Now, I'm not going to run this train in isolation. I'm also going to fling a couple of passenger trains up here as well. Here he comes, look. I like it. I definitely like it. Now, last thing to check. Did we leave an oil? We did. Okay, that's fine. So I guess that means that there is a maximum train consist, unless maybe you can extend the size of these guys. Couldn't tell you. But anyway, he's left. So there's that. Now what we need is to get some passengers out here in order to actually staff up. So let's buy a new one. We'll go for these all-in-one little tiddly chaps. Maybe run a multi-unit. That said, we don't need that many passengers. What do you do? 110? Yep, that's fine. Oh, okay. You're fully set up and good to boogie. Fine. In which case you're hired. Hello. Yeah, I need to talk to you now. Come here. Hello. Right. Good. That can clear off. This. Stop here. That's it. And then down to the other end. I've got trains. Whether they're accomplishing anything to be declared later. And then 2 here. Get in, get out. Shake it all about. Rock and roll. The first stop is unreachable from the current train position. Can I spin them around the other way? I guess not, so maybe I have to get rid of that. And then... oh, okay. So it will figure out its way to the next destination once it's in motion, but it has to be able to get to number 1 from the depot. Alright, that's not a deal breaker, and it's not that illogical either. Add that onto there. Alright, go! I had a moment there where I thought, I did send an electric train there, didn't I? That wasn't a diesel that I decided to fling up there. No, there we go, look at it. It's proud, it's Russian, it's coming through the trees in that way that proud Russians frequently do. Marvellous. Okay, and look, we got some sparking going from the pantographs and all sorts. Well, that's lovely. It's not the most even of track that you're ever going to come across. Oh, look at that. Look at that for a lump. This was clearly laid by some kind of moron. What's going to happen in the tunnel? Does this have crashing? Oh, I don't know if it does, but it wouldn't amaze me. Right, okay, yeah, we better put a signal on here or two. Train, place a semaphore. Do we know which is upstream and which is downstream? Can we even declare such things? Don't know. Put that on there, please. What if I put one on this side as well? Alright, well, let's see what the train does. This could get exciting. Well, he stopped. Well, that's a relief. Now, what's this fella going to do? No. Bad. Bad train. Bad and naughty trains. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get out of this, but I like a cliffhanger, and so do you. That's it for this episode, everybody. My name's been Colonel Failure. I invite you to subscribe for the next enthralling adventure, and fling a like at this one if you enjoyed it. I'll be back soon, where I figure out what I've done here. Cheerio. Cool. Trains. Ah, great. Good. Why are they both on the same line? There's probably a couple of reasons why that's happened. I suspect that the single-track tunnel has contributed to that. The fact that I had no signalling on there at all possibly contributed. Also, I think that those signals may well be configurable to be able to instruct which way up and down you're going. It is slightly off-putting that they work in a two-direction on one line of track. Not sure about that, but if they're configurable, I'll be able to fix that. Anyway, a bit of poking around is required, and I'm not going to do that off camera. I'll wait until the next episode so you can see for yourself how these things are accomplished. Chances are you'll already know by that point, but no, we'll do this as a unit and as a team. Why not? We're all in this together and so forth. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on that, because it's going to be enthralling. I pretty much guarantee it.